Hi guys, this is day number 2 on our week lesson on watching water cool. Like I said yesterday, it doesn't sound very interesting, but there's some pretty neat things that come out of this. So yesterday you watched a couple of videos, and the second one was kind of a time-lapsed video of water cooling, and as time went on, there was a thermometer there that you were able to take your readings at certain time periods. So yesterday, as you did this, you didn't have to be perfect on your accuracy, and the values that you see in my table are not perfect either, but they're pretty close. So just so we're all on the same page as you download the worksheet for today, just so we're on the same page, I'd like you to be using my numbers here, just so that when we do our regression, and that's going to be tomorrow on our calculators, when we do our regression, our equations are going to look the same. And it's just for consistency. Again, the numbers you see on my paper are not perfect either, but maybe just compare my answers to what you got yesterday and see how far off they are. Okay? So once you get these copied into your the new paper for today, you could either download that or just write in the numbers on a blank sheet of paper. It might take a little longer, but if some of you might not have a printer available. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is on graph paper. And again, if you don't have graph paper, you can just try to do it neatly on regular paper. So what you're going to do first is, well, notice first of all in the table here we have all positive numbers. There's that 0 there. But when we set up this graph, we only need to use the first quadrant. So as I set this up, I'm showing the positive y-axis here, and I'm showing the positive x-axis here. And this is stuff we've done in class. And so your first goal as you work through this is to pick good scales for your information here. Our time scale is going to be on the x-axis. So here's our time. So you need to be able to go from 0 to 180. Obviously, you can't go by ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not going to fit there. So you need to pick a good scale that's going to get you up to 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. And then on the y-scale, the y-scale is your temperature in Fahrenheit. And maybe I'll even make note of that. This is degrees Fahrenheit here. And for time, this is in minutes. Okay, so you're going to get those scales, and then you're going to plot your points. Plot your points. Don't worry about connecting those points like you would, graphing a line in math class or something. Just worry about getting those points for now. Okay, so that'll be the first part of today's practice as you work through that, and then the second part is right down here on your calculators. Use stat edit. Okay, so there, I'll just quit out of there so you can quit out of there. So remember, stat edit is going to allow you to get those lists in there. And you guys, you still should have your calculators. So hopefully you have your calculators. If you don't, you're going to have to find some other way of getting those lists in. Depending on if you're using your Chromebook or like a MacBook at home or a Windows computer or even your phone. Like for instance, on my phone, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of light right now, but on my phone I have an emulator for the TI-84. So let's say you don't have your graphing calculator, you need to be a problem solver and figure out how you're going to get those lists in there. And so what you want to submit today for credit, guys, is you could either do it in 2 separate files or however you want, but I want to see your graph along with some thoughts about the graph there, and then your lists filled in with that information. So if you have your calculator, you could do it something like that. If you don't, you could look up an emulator, whether it's on a phone or your computer, and take a screenshot of that and submit that. Okay, guys, good luck. My office hours, I'll be at 9:30 and 12:30 are when they start. So at 9:30 I'll be in the stream and also live if you want to come into a Google Meet. Or at 12:30 I'll just be on the stream. Okay guys, good luck. Check in if you need some help.